Hi again, folks. Welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video on the channel that always discusses what you had to say, how you said it, and why we're talking about it. Let's take a look at it, especially after last night, guys. We have to go into this just a little bit more. I mean, this is a special time for us. We got to enjoy it. Let's take a look at this. I took a brief glimpse over in the most recent video, the one we just, after beating Chicago. And I'm going to get to all my notes eventually, guys. I always try to wait a bit till it settles down. I'll get on the other videos before the Chicago one. But anyway, let's take a look at this. And this clip here kind of says it all, guys. It kind of says it all. All right, here we go. Shout out goes to Dave V. I love this team. I don't think I've said that about the Sabres in 14 years. And I think that just about says it all for all of us today after what we just witnessed yesterday. This is a little, I'm a little awestruck still by it all. You know, it's Dave, God, I mean, what we have been through such trauma as fans, such trauma, such ridicule, such a, you know, that people assume we're going to be bad just because of our logo. This is where people are at with us, right? And all of a sudden, things are changing. We see it. The league hasn't caught on yet, which is good. I want it like that. I want to go into next year and catch the league off guard. That's what I'm hoping, that the Sabres come out of the gate good next year and it doesn't stop. And the whole league is going like, what the hell's going on over here? Like, you know, I'm hoping that's what happens. And in order for that to happen, we will have to address issues on this team, or these memories will fade. You know, if these memories are going to stay intact and permanent and solid, we need to follow this up now. We can't just like sit back and say, wow, we're just awesome now and we're great. We don't need to make any changes in this lineup now. There's holes in the lineup still, but the right attitude is there. The losing culture is gone. I think if this doesn't prove it to some Sabres fans, nothing's going to, and they're just pessimists. And there's other channels, guys, other Sabres channels but mine to be pessimistic. There is. So please, go, go, go. I'll open the door. You can go. You don't have to come back. Don't, you know, it's fine. You don't have to subscribe or anything. I want the channel to have a positive vibe. This is why I started this damn channel, guys. I wanted this channel to create some sort of a rift of positivity out there because there was so much negativity in the Sabres community. It was disgusting. I couldn't believe what I couldn't believe what I was reading and hearing. Honestly, even other channels, the way they would just joke about us. Well, that's what a Buffalo does, and what a Buffalo does is what they do. And like, hey, like, you know what? Before you take a shot at our team, what's your team done, you know? I don't care if you're a playoff team. If you don't win a cup, you're not a champion. So, you know, I've looked at, and then you heard how bad and evil it was of the Sabres fans to like take shots or cheer, boo Jack, and oh my God, really? Really? These are just haters that want to twist the knife while we're still down. And they don't seem to understand that, you know, I look at certain franchises and like I'll tell you what, right off the bat, there's certain franchises in the playoffs that are going to make the playoffs this year. I'm convinced we're going to win a Stanley Cup before them. I just am. Like as long as we're building towards a cup is what I care. I don't care about building towards a playoff team, guys, or a contender. We have to this time build towards a champion. And a night like yesterday could be a glimpse into something special coming. It really could be. You know, it could be something that we look back on and say, remember when we did that night of years ago? How that, and look at us now, you know? And there's so many ways we can break this down and look at yesterday that we could get carried away with it. And there's really no point to get carried away except live in the moment we're in. And this is what I like that Granato has taught the guys. One area that he always preaches is live in the moment. Stay in the moment you're in, which is excellent, excellent advice for young kids that are trying to get their feet wet in the NHL and get used to these road trips and these hotels they've never been to and seeing these buildings they've never seen. And that's why veterans are so important. You know, you get these guys and they're just on your team for the first time in a month and they act like they've been in, I don't know, St. Louis all their life, even though they've never played for the Blues. They just know the city, you know, when they're there. And that calms down young guys. Things like that off the ice, you know. It just calms down young guys. These guys know what restaurants to go to and whatever it is, you know. Now that they can live again with the COVID thing calming down finally, this is perfect timing for this team to mature too. You know, it's perfect timing. So I think we're going to see from here on in, we're going to see a lot of special moments. Now, anything like last night? Probably not, guys. You know, come on. I mean, the odds of something like this happening again are thin at best. You know, like this was just a sign. A sign. You take it as a sign. That's what I do. I take that as a sign of things to come. And what's really been going on all this year that we just didn't have the damn proof. Now we have some proof. There is something special going on in that dressing room. And guys, this confirms Adams made the right call. Shows why I shouldn't be a GM, because this guy, hell, you know, I would have probably sent about 4 guys and got some pieces back and or draft picks or whatever. I would have. But in a game like this, it showed that keeping this team together was the right call. It was the right call. Because this never would have happened last night without all those exact guys in the lineup. One guy different would have changed the chemistry of yesterday. You know what I mean? This never would have happened. So this historic thing that happened yesterday is not only important for us moving forward, it's an important historical event in Buffalo Sabres history, what we did yesterday. And we seem to continue to do that as of late, honestly. Like these memories, guys, are becoming bigger and bigger now. Like ever since the Tuch empty net goal against Vegas, this is a different franchise. This is a different franchise. We have changed, I believe, forever. I really do. Now, how good will we be? Will we hit slumps? All that's kind of normal for teams. But where will this bring our development is my question. What will this do to our future now? What will this do if the Sabres finish out strong and we hit free agency? Keep that in mind. People say, yeah, what about the draft? Screw it. That's not important. Really, it's not. We're going to get a good player no matter what. We're going to get a good player, and we could still win the damn lottery. When things like that are happening, I believe then all of this luck opens all of a sudden, and the Sabres name gets picked, and we're like, God, we even won the lottery this year. Like, all this is possible. All this is possible. We're in the lottery this year. We're in the hunt. We're in the hunt, so we don't have to worry there. We got 3 first-rounders coming, guys. We're going to sign some free agents. I guarantee free agents are going to be a little more open-minded about coming to Buffalo now. If we know what's happening, don't think free agents don't. They know. They know what's going on. They could call their agent could call and say, listen, you know, Buffalo called. You're on you got them on your no trade list. Of course, the agent isn't just going to say, no Buffalo, we're not doing it. No. He'll call his client and ask him, what do you feel about that? And I wouldn't be surprised if he has, with no hesitation, says, okay, what's the offer and how many years, you know? You know, the players are going to be more open-minded coming to a team on the rise. You can tell that this team's on the rise, guys. I think all of us can at this point. It's not a very well-kept secret in our community. We know what's going on here. This is, what is it, 2-0, then 2-1, then 5-1, 5-1-1, right? 5-1. Then we went 5-1 the next 2, 5-1-2, 6. So we're 6-1-2 our last 9, with one game that was out of reach, and we looked flat as a pancake that night in that game in Edmonton. We made them look good also, let's face it. But the Oilers are capable of doing that to anybody on any night. You know, they got McDavid, for God's sakes, of course, and Draisaitl. This is a team that if they get some stellar goaltending over there at Edmonton, they can win a Stanley Cup just because of that. They got the guns. They got the horses over there. So this team right now is we're quietly chipping away in the standings too, if you notice, guys. You know, I meant it when I said 5th place in the division this year. I did. I thought we could finish in front of Detroit, Montreal, and Ottawa. I did. But Detroit's been better this year than I expected, to be honest. I didn't think Detroit would hang around 500 as long as they did. They did. But I think we can catch them now. It doesn't really matter at this point. I just care what we do. It doesn't really matter the standings. If it's the last game of the year, I'm not going to give a damn, you know, what the standings are. I'm going to care what we close out the season on a winning note. So, all right, that's it, guys. I got to get about my morning. I got things to do. I'll try and get these up this morning for you. And I will see you at some point later on today with a few more videos. See you then.